recording. Thank you. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Bearded Browns podcast.
What is up? What is up, people? It is time for a podcast with two bearded men.
I am Mike Wilkes, and that's Angel Ortiz.
Yes, per usual. We made it. So far, fingers crossed, no technical difficulties.
Oh,
Everything
there
seems
was
smooth.
one. That's
There
what took a
was.
little long.
I was like,
So this
I
program
was
likes
like,
to switch, like do a switch thing for the Wi-Fi, and everything. It was
oh
going down a
man.
list of connecting to everything, and it worked out perfectly in my favor for a second. I was like, "Yeah, we're good," because I tested it out the other day, and now today, of course, it backfired on me. It switched again. It was the one thing I didn't check, but we are good. We're streaming.
We are alive.
That and the sun was out in Ohio today.
It was a beautiful vitamin D type of day. Wasn't too cold, wasn't too warm, but good enough to be happy for now, I guess.
Dude, I got to put my sunglasses on. I had to dust them off. Like it was that bad. It seems like a month since we've seen the sun, so
Yes, good
I'm
Ohio
taking it.
weather.
So a lot
Take
to
it.
talk about. The Browns are obviously, done for the year, but we still have a lot to talk about. We're going to bring up past years, and that's what we're going to do today. Today is going to be a special edition of the Bearded Browns podcast, and we're going to talk about the 1999 Browns. But before that, we're going to talk about some news that's actually going on in the NFL today. So, with that being said, I'm glad Baltimore's out of the playoffs. They're done. No more Super Bowl for them. That makes me happy.
Bye
Does
bye Baltimore.
that make you happy, Angel?
Oh, it does. It does. Specifically the way it happened was amazing because they only ran the ball 16 times when they should have ran the ball the whole time. They tried to make Lamar a pocket passer for some reason. They thought they were going to trick Kansas City for some reason. I don't get it. I didn't get it, but hey, I'd rather have Swifties in here than Lamar, so it's all good.
Yeah, it was nice to see him and Odell Beckham crying at the end of the game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. He was consoling. I'm like, it's gonna be
Yes,
all right. I'm not gonna be here next year, but it's gonna be all right.
James Frank, the Lions done let me down too. So we're gonna talk about that one because I was sitting here doing stuff for the podcast, Angel, and halftime was what 23-7,
Mm,
and then our
yep.
our power went out for like an
Oh.
hour. And I'm like,
Oh man.
yeah. So I'm watching that on a tablet, and the power came back on. So I get back on here, and I'm typing away, doing stuff, and I look over, and it's a tie game, and I'm like, wait, what? No way, dude. And then I watched the rest of it thoroughly, and I was kind of upset because the Detroit Lions deserve it, man, just like we do.
Yeah, that sucked, man. I was hoping that I saw the scores. I was doing something on Sunday. I couldn't watch the whole game. Oh, it was family night. Um, and I was like, oh, they won. They're gonna win. They're gonna beat it. Wow, this is gonna be a great story. But I went back upstairs to go to bed and I checked them like, are you serious? What the heck happened? It's insane. Insane.
uh, James said OBJ robbed Baltimore in their own home.
Yeah.
When you didn't get enough targets, and it's funny because on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it now, we are a part of that. Actually, I'm gonna touch base with that in a second. But there's a fake profile on there, and it's Odell Beckham Jr.'s dad.
Oh, okay. I read an article about that. Okay,
Yes, and
so it
it's
was
all
fake.
fake because you remember how it said that he did it with Baker. He was showing the video of all
Yeah.
the open passes where OBJ was open, and so now
Yep.
there's a fake account going around saying that Lamar Jackson screwed my son. He shouldn't be there, and all this.
That is,
It was
yeah. I
great.
thought that I just saw the heading on the article. I didn't want to read it because I'm like, yeah, typical, typical. I didn't think I thought it was real, but I'm glad to see it was fake because that would suck to be Odell trying to get on a team next year, knowing that your dad's would be doing that consistently.
I think the Browns defense could have beat that team as well.
Yeah, yeah. I that makes it even worse. But yes, I agree. They would have beaten. Uh, Kansas City defense is tougher than I thought, so I don't know how we would have handled that, but I think we would have been. Think we would have been closer than what it was, even because technically Kansas City like dominated that whole game, even though the score was closer than what it seemed. But you have a hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing out there on Facebook land?
What is up, RJ?
Peace.
Ooh,
Yeah. I Flowers messed them up. Shout out to Flowers for screwing Baltimore twice.
yeah.
And not he could
Two
have
of the biggest drop
two of the biggest
passes.
plays, and then
Oh,
Lamar screws him at the end with the interception. So, I mean, it worked out in our favor, man. It worked out in our favor.
I RJ, I really honestly do not know who I want to win the Super Bowl. But I before that, Lamar Jackson, or I'm sorry, Baltimore's defense was their defensive line was pretty good. Honestly, that
Hmm.
game I got to give them that. They held them. I mean, even Mahomes said it. He's like, I couldn't scramble like I wanted to because they were always there. And I mean, he got a couple runs off, but not nothing like he would normally do. You know what I mean? And that's crucial, especially with a quarterback like that that's able to get out of the pocket and run like that. And we have that now. As a Browns fan, I don't know if I'm too happy about it, but
Yeah, yeah. It's good. It's good to see. I mean, I don't care who wins. I mean, I don't care. I mean, if you ask me, if you put a gun in my head and tell me the answer, I would have to say San Francisco because I'd like to see a lot of firsts. I'd like to see Purdy win his first, obviously, Mr. Irrelevant. And I like Shanahan. I think he's a good coach, a good guy,
oh
and I
yeah,
would like to see him win one. So I guess if you twist my arm, I would say San Francisco.
yes, I agree. The only person I really like on the Kansas City Chiefs is the Swifty lover, apparently.
Kelsey, man, because he's
Yeah.
from Cleveland.
Well, that and he's a ball. He's a great tight end,
He's
man.
a baller. Yeah, he is a baller.
Um. So yeah, Ken Dorsey, man, an old Cleveland Brown.
Hey, man, that's their guy, right? They picked their guy. Um, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, there's still a lot of information we need to know. Is he going to call plays, or is he just going to do what Van Pelt did? Um, we don't know. There's a lot of rumbling that he's going to be play calling, which if that is true, that shows that there's growth within the organization of saying, hey, we did some things wrong last year. Let's switch some things up, which is encouraging for me as a fan. I can only speak for myself. But we'll see. We'll see. I do kind of like the hire. I do. I think there's some pluses. I know a lot of people are saying, well, Allen sucked. Well, he wasn't throwing the ball, Allen was. He can call the plays, and Allen was throwing the ball. He had 18 picks last year. He had 9 and 9 with each offensive coordinator. I mean, he has issues turning the ball over, and there are some Stephon Diggs issues happening there. So I don't think it was solely on Dorsey, but we'll see. I'm excited.
Not only that, the first 3 years he was with Josh Allen, he was the quarterback's coach. He had no offensive
Develop,
calling.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So that's the huge thing where everybody says as soon as he became the offensive coordinator, we turned to trash. And no, again, we talked about this with the Browns, man. It's the class you bring, the morale you build, and your favorite word. Go ahead and say it.
culture,
Culture.
culture.
It's all
That's
about
what
culture.
it's all about culture. Yeah, and it's we'll see, man. I don't I I've I've had a lot of high hopes only to be disappointed as a Browns fan. So when people ask me whenever I'm out and about at work, they say, "What do you think?" I always say, "Man, we'll see. It can go good or it can go bad." I know you don't like that answer, but I am excited because it's a fresh face. I think Van Pelt had some issues up there in the booth with the game planning, everything like that.
What is up, Paul?
But
Sorry.
yeah, I just saw Paul too. I was gonna say, "What's up, Paul?" But yeah, I mean it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited though.
I think the best thing is whether or not he's making the play calls, it's going to mix things up a bit because after Alex Van Pelt being here for so long, it's we're kind of on the same page every year it seems. With Chubb and stuff being out, obviously things have changed. Not only that, I was telling my buddy earlier, like, listen, man, you got to understand because he doesn't like Kevin Stefanski at all either. And I'm like, this guy dealt with half the team being out. You don't understand that, Mike. So
You're
of
just
these,
taking your team 2 years to the playoffs in 4 years, but hey,
yeah,
whatever.
and it's funny because
Mm.
these second string and third string players that are in there don't get as much practice time. They practice with the same playbook. They all got playbooks, but they don't get to run the plays as much as the first and second stringers do.
Mm-mm.
So you got to take that in consideration. So you got to shrink your playbook with what they know, especially on
So
offense.
yeah, he was handcuffed as a coach. He was handcuffed as a play caller. He's limited at what he can do because the talent's not as good as it should be. You don't have Chubb, you have Ford, who at times doesn't know how to handle a ball, or Hunt, who's not as quick as he used to be when he hits the hole. So I mean, there's a lot of things that fans don't think about. While as a play caller, you're limited. It's like
Yeah,
trying to say, "Hey, paint this canvas a beautiful, bright picture, but we're only going to give you black and blue to color with." I mean, it's gonna look nice. It probably look nice, but not as good as yellows and reds and oranges.
yeah, for sure. So I think this offseason is going to be good. I think him and Stefanski getting together. What I like about it the most is it's going to bring a whole new scheme. Um, yeah, you can look at what Baltimore did, or no, I'm sorry, the Bills did last year. That's still not going to give them what we're going to run this year because Stefanski's going to jump in there and be like, "All right, dude, we're doing this and this and that, and you give me input and we'll figure it out and we'll come to a happy medium, and then we're going to find out who's going to make the play calls." That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I love my Browns, no matter who we have. I'm always going to love them, man. That's just the way it works. I think, I think it's a good call. Honestly, I really do. The guy's a
Yeah, I
quarterback
mean,
genius.
if not him, who? Right? A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't like that move." Then you'd be like, "Well, who would you want?" And I had someone brought up in my mentions in my comments yesterday. That dude at that used Eric Bieniemy, right? I'm like, okay, what has he done since he has left Kansas City? And what technically did he even do at Kansas City? Because it's not clear there. He wasn't the play caller. Andy Reid was.
Yeah,
And what did he do at Washington? The last 8 games, they were worse than the league in offense. So why would you bring somebody who's the worst in the league in offense here to call plays? Like, it
yeah.
doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't. But it's the Cleveland Browns, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something that doesn't make sense and throw everybody
Yeah.
off, and boom, that's the way it's
I mean,
written.
Dorsey, former quarterback, it makes sense. Let him let's see what happens. Hopefully he can gel with Watson and win a couple of Super Bowls.
That's what I'm hoping for. I want somebody that's gonna discipline Watson, and you know what? I mean, Josh Allen's a runner. Josh Allen knows how to, for the most part, hold on to the ball. He's had a couple fumbles, but I respect the guy. He's very athletic. He's great with him under his wing. You know what I mean? So you got
Mm-hmm.
to take that again, Cleveland, with a grain of salt. And it is your offensive coordinator. So there's nothing we can do about it. We've been doing this for 24 years now. So
I'll
we're
tell you what I tell my kids. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. All right?
fair enough. Fair enough.
Paul said I think people need to see Kevin when he talk to this team in the locker room. These guys believe in him and have his back. I agree with that.
And,
They believe in Kevin. They believe in his coaching ability. So I think that we need to sit back and just watch magic happen.
and that's why I put Kevin Stefanski's locker room speeches in our podcast because the guy doesn't look like he's like his attitude is different on field. He's a very respectable coach on the field.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like a Bill Cowher guy walking onto the field and screaming with his veins popping out of his neck, which I kind of want. But you have to have a respectable coach, somebody that the refs and other teams respect. That's huge in this league because it's 2024, man. Get
Mm-hmm.
with the program.
It's
Um,
funny because Paul brings up another good point about his press conference. People love Bill here. They love Bill Belichick, maybe because of history, whatever. Bill says nothing and is not emotional on a sideline. He is everything who Bill is from a character standpoint or a personality standpoint, but yet they hate him. I don't understand that at all. It's
eh,
crazy.
it's funny because Bill Belichick, like you said, shows no emotion even in his press conference. The
Yeah,
guy will
he's
sit there with a
very
straight face and
monotone. Yeah,
he
he's
could
like,
win a
and
game or win a Super Bowl even and just be like, we did great
and
today.
yeah, we did
We
great.
did
And
great.
then yeah, Bill, yeah, but
Tom
I
Brady
mean,
is my hero. Yes.
exactly. It's crazy.
I've never seen a
Uh,
guy smile. I don't. No, I'm kidding. I have.
oh,
um,
Bill.
I like the move. Overall, I like the move. What I'm kind of in fear of is Alex Van Pelt going to the Buccaneers because Alex Van Pelt was, I think, a great addition when we got him. I'm not going to down the guy. He's going to be there with Baker. Baker knows him. He knows Baker. So, I mean, I'm sure he's very well capable of knowing what Baker can and cannot do.
Yeah, I mean, Baker made the.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's our Baker call. He did make the Pro Bowl. So what happens now financially is he worth keeping on Tampa because now they have to pay him as a Pro Bowler. That's something that also I was reading today that Tampa's going to have to start thinking about because he did make the Pro Bowl even though it was by default because someone didn't want to go. Um,
he was
so
afraid he was going to throw interceptions. That's why I didn't
yeah,
go.
yeah. So yeah, Prescott. Shout out Prescott for letting Baker go. But no, I'll be interested to see what they do. I think him and Van Pelt will do well together. Obviously, they did well here. Here, they won that playoff game. Did he coach a playoff game that they won? Was that Van Pelt?
Yeah, Van Pelt
Yeah, it
was
was
in
him.
Cleveland. Yep, 2020.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens there in Tampa.
Goat of all time in NFL history is Ray Lewis, RJ. Uh, yeah, I mean, it all depends on what position you're going for. I don't think he's the best
Yeah,
player overall
Tom Brady
ever.
is. I mean,
We all got to
Tom
be.
Brady.
Oh, did you see that new reel, dude? It's somebody walking around and they're like in a zoo with Tom Brady, and they walk over to the goat section. And they're like, yeah, let's look at the real goat over here, and Tom Brady's just like, you gotta be kidding me, man. It was good. I was like, touche, touche, and a good joke.
Touche.
So yeah, I mean, I think this off season is going to be huge for us. We're making a lot of moves. We're not going to know a lot of stuff until the last second, and I'm trying to get as much information as I can. So as Angel, we want to keep you guys posted as well because as soon as we find out about it, we're either going to post it on our Facebook page or YouTube, or maybe go live. And if it's huge news, make a short and all that. As well as us being on YouTube and Facebook. I don't know if you guys all seen it, but we are on Twitch now. We're on X streaming live.
Yeah, we're growing. We're moving. We're taking advantage of every multi-universe of technology available in our hands to get this podcast out to you. So follow, like, subscribe, and if you're a sponsor and you want to do something local with some local bearded men, let us know. Let us know.
I made sure my beard looked extra good today. It's
Yeah.
getting grayer, but
I used some beard butter last night. It's looking shiny. If I'm running out, so if there's any bearded companies out there that want to give us some beard butter, we will gladly take it and promote it on our wonderful podcast. Hint,
yeah,
hint.
I gotta agree with James here, dude. He said I just can't wait to see Chubb run on that field and take the league over again. That's gonna be
Yeah,
insane.
that's gonna be really, really insane. I agree. I just hope he's ready to go next year. They say he's somewhat ahead of schedule or on schedule, so that's encouraging to see. There'll definitely probably an emotional moment when he gets on the field, especially if it's a home game.
Oh yeah,
And I would assume they probably would keep him for a home game just to add more fuel to the team. But
Hands
that's
down.
what I would do at least.
That's gonna build so much momentum coming back into the year, man. It's so much. That guy, I heard, you don't see him talking a whole lot, and obviously that's Nick Chubb. He's a humble, great back, but when it comes down to it, I'm sure the guy's got some locker room presence and get some guys on their feet and makes them do some great things on and off the field.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, we are going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and we are going to talk about something else amazing, and you guys know about it. It is the return of the Cleveland Browns in 1999.
1999.
Oh, I should have played that song.
That
We're
would
gonna
I
party
just
like
thought of
it's
it too. I should have texted. I just remembered.
1999. Dang
Yeah.
it. Well, we just sang it for you guys, so enjoy
Yeah,
that.
there you go.
But yeah, we will be right back. Enjoy a quick ad from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. What is up, everybody? Mike Wilkes here from the Bearded Browns podcast, letting you know that we're going to be working with Mistakes on the Lake Clothing. They have everything you need. Why not check them out? If you want to go to their store, it's 4542 Liberty Avenue in beautiful Vermilion, Ohio. If you want to contact them, their phone number is 440-670-3145. They have everything from Cleveland to Columbus gear. They have Lake Erie gear. Why not check it out? It's all great stuff you can get for your wife, your kids, your newborn. They even have onesies, shirts that say good moms and dads don't raise Michigan fans, just Ohio stuff, and it's awesome. So be sure to check them out. They have everything you need. Even the candles, custom coasters, can koozies, wine tumblers, phone grips, everything, stickers. It is awesome. Check them out. Do not be the mistake on a lake and regret this decision. Go and check them out. Welcome back, everybody, to the Bearded Browns podcast.
Yes. Hey, like, subscribe, share this. Let the algorithm know that there's something hot going on here, and it's just two bearded men talking about football.
We're dads. We're dads. I got a dad bod, and Angel is the fit guy. So
I'm working off the dad bod. I'm getting there, man. I go to Disney next week, so I had a goal to kind of like slow down the dad bod mode before I go into Florida sun. So that was my motivation. So I'm almost there. I think I might keep it. I might keep this going. We'll see. My issue is donuts.
I love
glazed donuts. You can't pass up a good glazed donut. I don't know why. I
Sour
just
cream
cannot
donut.
do it. Sour creams are good. Yeah, I just can't do it. I don't know. It's like my kryptonite. I drive and I wake up and I'm like, man, I'm gonna get coffee from Dunkin', and something inside of me is like, all of a sudden I wake up and I'm driving, eating a donut, and drinking coffee. I don't know how it happens, but it happens.
Mine is everything bagels with a bunch of cream cheese.
Man, I
So
love
good.
bagels too.
So everybody remembers back in 1995 when Art Modell, the piece of beep, yeah, that guy let go of the
That guy.
Browns. And the whole city was obviously upset, man. I heard a lot of things because we've been doing research on this beforehand, that the city of Cleveland actually had a new stadium in mind, and he never showed up for the meeting to go to it and talk about it and the financial situation of everything, because the guy was kind of a bankrupt beep. I gotta get a good beep button in here.
Yeah, me
Just
too.
censor us. But the Browns came back in 1999, and I've never seen a city so open arms about a expansion team that I almost cried, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was good to see them come out of a tunnel and that orange and brown. It was awesome to me to see that. And like I said, I was a Tennessee Titans fan while they were gone, but that changed the instant I knew they were coming back. But
Yeah, I remember that. I remember it too, man. I remember the excitement and the big conversations about the stadium, whether it's going to be a dome or an open stadium, and people were like, "No, we need an open stadium. We're the Cleveland Browns," which ended up being a mistake, but that's besides the point. Um, and I remember, just like you said, seeing him coming out of that tunnel, and it was just surreal. Finally, and I forgot how young I was when they left, and I'm like, didn't really understand it. My dad had to put it like basically cussing and screaming about Art Modell, but yeah, he screwed us. But when we came back, it was a good feeling. And you
absolutely,
had
man.
hope with Tim Couch. You had number one pick, the best quarterback in the draft. And well, Matt said that people literally went to his grave to pee on it, Art Modell.
I seen that while we were doing research this week. I seen that
Yes.
it was on the news. The guy was dogging, like legit dogging Art
Yeah,
Modell.
it's a little extreme. I mean, I didn't like the movie either. I wouldn't do that. Paul said I did, like how you rooted for Tennessee. I'm with Paul. I did rooted for the Bills, and I was pretty heartbroken during that whole time too. It's kind of like a repetitive feeling from the Browns to the Bills because they couldn't win anything either. So
Right. RJ, we'll get back to your question at the end, talking about Deshaun Watson. I have a video for everybody to watch because right now we are in 99 mode, and we're going to stick to this for a little while. We'll get back to today's Cleveland Browns here
current
shortly, but
events.
yes, this video, man, it gave me goosebumps, so I'm going to play it for you guys right now. You ready?
Let's go.
Call the timeout and talk it over.
Oh,
Hi,
that was the
everybody.
one.
Welcome to Cleveland Browns Stadium. The dress rehearsals are over. The wait is over. It is electric inside this stadium. It's the welcome back to the playing field as the Browns are back in business. And what a sight it is to see an overflow crowd to welcome them back to the playing field. Up, roaring, and barking.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the 1999 Cleveland Browns.
You can feel the electricity, you can feel the love, because yes, tonight Cleveland rocks. The Browns are back.
This is your chance to do something special. Do something special. Let's light this place up. It's not going to be a Super Bowl season, but it's going to be a nice, solid foundation season. It's just exciting. It's like everything's back in place. Everything's as it should be again.
Man. No, I'm kidding. I'm not really crying. That was a joke.
I'm not crying. It's just dusty in here.
Yes. All this dust.
Sinuses.
Oh, man.
Sinuses. That's crazy, man. It's crazy to see that now. It's like, man, it looks so old, right? It's
Yeah.
like
99.
like those
man.
uniforms, man, that stadium, that big old inflatable helmet they came out of. Now they had like fire and flames and neon lights, everything just going everywhere. That's crazy.
So we deliver a lot to the Cleveland Browns Stadium, and those big old helmets are on wheels, and they're still there in the tunnel because I get to go through the tunnel when I deliver stuff there. Excuse me, it is awesome. Yeah, that was the year we came back. I don't think it was the greatest season. Obviously, we did better than we did in 2016 when we went 0-16.
Yeah,
We went 2-14.
214.
So with Chris Palmer.
And I don't think anyone cared that year. I just think they were just excited to actually have a team playing.
Yeah.
From what I can remember. If you're older than me, I'm 42. If you're older than me and you remember how fans felt toward between game 14 and 16, let us know. But I don't remember fans being like, well, I think it was kind of expected. We're an expansion team. We're going to suck. But they sucked like bad. Like they allowed like a lot of points and didn't score a lot of points too.
Well, just like
when I
Drew
was
Carey
looking
said,
at this.
though, Drew Carey did say, he's like, we're not going to win a Super Bowl this year, but it's a great foundation for a good team.
Yeah.
And
We're
it
still
wasn't
waiting.
either, but
It
But
just
you know what?
started maybe about 4 years ago, the foundation.
I think us Clevelanders are just happy to get back down onto a stadium or at the stadium with football, and that's what we wanted. That is exactly what we wanted, and that's what we got. So
Exactly.
you win some, you lose some. We just happened to lose a lot that year. But with an expansion team, with nobody, like Tim Couch was our first round draft pick.
Yeah.
That's what we got. And then everybody else, we got to pick players from each team. And like you said earlier when we were talking, or yesterday, that we got the runt, the crap of every team.
Yeah, we got the worst players of every team. They didn't let us have like, oh, this is the best play. Like if you look at Kurt Warner, for instance, right? Like he had the option to come, but the coach wanted to keep him. They said, no, stay here. We're going to try to play you. And he stayed in with the St. Louis Rams, and history was made. One of the greatest offensive produced there. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You get what you get when you come in, and it was rushed. The team was built rush. That's something we probably won't be able to hit on. But the stadium was rushed. The team was rushed because they wanted to put a team on the field to appease the fans because they knew Art Modell screwed us. So they had to hurry up and try to make it up for us.
I
Make it
hated
up
the
to
guy.
us. Sorry.
I did. I really did. There was so much that could have prevented that from happening. And I watched a 2-hour documentary on my drive to, it was like Bowling Green or something I had to go to this week. And I shouldn't watch a video and drive, but I was mainly just listening to it. So we're
I
all
was
on the
listening.
same page.
I was not driving.
I was driving, but I was listening to it. And Art Modell was kind of a shady character throughout his entire career as well. He was no gem, to be honest. And the way he did us in 95, nobody in Cleveland enjoyed that guy. Nobody liked talking about it. It was sad, dude. It was a sad couple of years for Cleveland. And then to go and watch Baltimore Ravens, because nobody liked the Baltimore Ravens. That was it for us. Like, yeah, screw them. That's our team. So
Yeah.
uh we picked up players, we got Cleveland back. That's all that mattered to Cleveland. And it's just it Modell was a penny pinching Ebenezer Scrooge. Yes, he was, Matthew. The guy went in debt a couple times and actually tried to create a company. I forget what the company was called. I should have wrote this down, but something to do with building stadiums or something like that, I believe. And it backfired. He wound up selling it, half of it to somebody else. Then he got sued for the other half, something along those lines. And he never went bankrupt, I don't believe. But the guy was slowly but surely running out of money until he moved to Baltimore. And that's when they built a franchise over there with our Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I think the big issue for him though was the fact that they built Gateway for a baseball team that just literally sucked, and the Cavs to move from Richmond to here. Um, and he really wanted them to build a stadium. And I think maybe he worked out a deal with Baltimore behind. Obviously, he worked out a deal with Baltimore behind the scenes. And by the time that we were like, no, don't leave, he was already over it.
But
I wish they would have. Man, can you imagine if they would have just built a stadium for the guy?
yeah, it would have been all over. We would have probably gotten a Super Bowl.
Yeah, because we would have been what Baltimore is today.
Yeah, essentially.
That basically that is our team, or should have been, but that's nonetheless.
And just to see Art Modell so happy about it afterwards was the biggest blow to Cleveland.
Slap in the face for sure.
Yeah. So, all right, enough talking about Art Modell. We're going to talk about the 1999 Cleveland Browns coming back. An expansion team that didn't make much happen. But again, Cleveland Browns had football happening in Cleveland again. I'm glad. Mike White, the mayor at the time, made a deal and said, we're keeping the colors, we're keeping the team name. You're not going to go there and be the Baltimore Browns. There was even fans actually wearing hats and stuff that had tape on it that said Baltimore, then the Browns logo was right below it. And I'm like, no, that's not happening. Good luck, guys.
I remember that. Yeah, and I vaguely remembered it. And now that you bring that up, it just triggered a memory.
There was a lot of triggers that year.
Yeah,
but
man.
We're here. We're here to stay. We're not going anywhere. I think our actual city contract is up for the Cleveland Browns in 2028 as well. So that's when big talks about a stadium are coming. A new stadium.
Dome.
Yes and
Listen,
no.
are you smokers and drinkers out there? Beer drinkers, smokers.
Who drinks?
We'll pay a couple who drinks. Who drinks? We'll pay a couple pennies. I want a beautiful dome with a beautiful lakefront with restaurants surrounding it. They have enough living places down there at downtown anyways. They don't need to build any more condos. But let's get a dome here.
Angel's
Let's talk
talking about
it.
the
syntax.
Yes. I'll stop drinking. I won't have to pay for that.
I'll pay for it. I don't care,
Give
man.
it to the cigarette smokers out there because I don't even mess with that stuff.
It's so coming back to 99 because we could talk about today's Cleveland Browns all day, and I think it's fun that we're going to try to keep the history alive as well because it's crucial, man. It really is to know where the roots started again, especially with like people like Tim Couch and Orlando Brown, like man, Wally Raynard, like just people that we picked up as rookies that year as well. It was a huge year for us, and obviously it didn't turn out like we wanted it to. We had 2 wins. We actually had 2 really big wins.
Big, yes.
Do you want to? Let's go through some. Man, there's so much to talk about. Hold on. You know what? Let's talk about the first win. I'm gonna play a video for you guys because it's gonna bring the good up before we talk about the bad.
This is gonna make you guys cry.
So, 1999, we were playing the Saints and we were behind. There was 2 seconds left on the clock, and our first win happened just like this.
Call the timeout and talk it over. Be a 73-yard field goal from here.
Man, Weir looked pissed. I threw his gloves down. I'm like, no way, that just happened.
Yes. Little known fact, Gerard Cherry, if those listening to 850, was involved with that play. He was on the Saints team, and he was one of the defenders there defending the ball, and he got the ball caught right in front of his face. It's a little fact.
In your face.
Yes. Yeah, that wasn't. I remember watching that, and I remember thinking, "Oh, it's done. We're done. We're not gonna win." And then when that happened, my dad and I were just like screaming and jumping up and down. It's like that was our Super Bowl
that year. Yes,
that was our Super Bowl for sure.
And then 2 weeks later, our other win was against the Pittsburgh Steelers, where we beat them. What was it?
16-14.
Yeah, 16-14.
And then after that, it was just downhill. What we failed to mention was in between the Saints game and the Pittsburgh game, there was a 49-16 whopping by the Ravens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. They were the Ravens. They weren't the Colts.
Horrible. But the first game, when we came back, September 12th, 43-0, we got blown out.
By those Steelers.
By the Steelers.
That was a home game.
Yes, at home.
Humbled us. It was crazy because people had hope because I believe our preseason at the time, I think it was like 4 or 6 games. They were pretty good. They were pretty good. They were like, yeah, we're gonna do great. And then
we're good against second stringers.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tennessee Titans, man. Again, we lost to them 26-9. So we start scoring points now. Baltimore Ravens beat us 17-10. New England Patriots beat us 19-7. Bengals beat us 18-17. So we almost had a conference win there, but 1 point's always the difference.
18-17 is a weird score too.
It is. Then we got beat by Jacksonville 24-7. St. Louis Rams beat us 34-3. New Orleans Saints, we won 21-16. Dang, that was insane. The Ravens beat us 41-9.
That's what it was, 41-9. Yeah.
And then we beat the Steelers 16-15. Another weird score.
Oh, yeah, that's a 1-win game.
Carolina,
game.
Right. Carolina again beat us 31-17. Tennessee Titans 33-21. So we're scoring points now. That's I'll take that. At Chargers got beat 23-10. Bengals 44-28. Jaguars 24-14, and the Colts beat us 29-28. So there's 2 1-point games.
Yeah, I mean they came close a couple of times, and there's a little weird thing happening if you guys listen to the games, you heard a lot of Jacksonville twice and you heard Tennessee twice. because they were in our division. And that when I saw that, when I was looking up facts, and I remember sending it to him like, dude, this looks weird. Like seeing it was Jacksonville, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincinnati, then us in the division. It was insane to see that.
We were the only
Totally
division with
forgot
6
about it.
teams.
Yeah, I totally forgot it. That's how the divisions were set up at the time. And I totally forgot about that until that moment.
It's insane. That's what expansion teams have to deal with. I wonder what the next expansion team would be.
It's gonna be overseas for sure. They've been pushing that for years.
Yeah, I see
Like
that.
maybe like a Mexico and London team.
I
I
heard
can
they're
see that
pushing real hard
happening.
for London stuff, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, like it. Overseas would be hard on players. I don't know how that would even be possible, but we'll see.
We will see. Let's see here. I got some stuff. Chris Palmer, 2-14. He was our coach for actually 2 years as well. We kept him for 2 years, and he still did horrible both years. Angel does have some fun facts for this episode as well.
Yeah, I got five good facts about 99.
So we're
good
gonna-
facts. Maybe more than 5, but I can remember 5 off the top of my head.
We'll take one more quick break, and we will come back, and we'll do facts with an angel. How's that sound?
Let's go.
We'll be right back. What is up, everybody? Mike Wilkes here from the Bearded Browns podcast, letting you know that we're going to be working with Mistakes on the Lake Clothing. They have everything you need. Why not check them out? If you want to go to their store, it's 4542 Liberty Avenue in beautiful Vermilion, Ohio. If you want to contact them, their phone number is 440-670-3145. They have everything from Cleveland to Columbus gear. They have Lake Erie gear. Why not check it out? It's all great stuff you can get for your wife, your kids, your newborn. They even have onesies. Shirts that say good moms and dads don't raise Michigan fans, just Ohio stuff, and it's awesome. So be sure to check them out. They have everything you need. Even the candles, custom coasters, can koozies, wine tumblers, phone grips, everything, stickers. It is awesome. Check them out. Do not be the mistake on a lake and regret this decision. Go and check them out. Check them out at mistakesonalake.com, and then CB Excavating as well. Call Chris for any of your excavating needs at all. He will take care of you. He's a great guy. I know him personally as well. So he definitely will take care of you. Just tell him we sent you guys there. But back to business. We're gonna
Back to
party like it's
99.
1999 again.
Facts.
Facts with an angel. Y'all ready for this?
Let's go.
Here we go. Boom, it's Angel.
Facts with me, Angel Ortiz. So the first fact I want you guys to know is this: that did you know that Tim Couch was second in rushing in 99? He rushed for 267 yards on 15 attempts. That's an average of 6.7 yards per run. Sorry, he was third on the team. I lied. Kirby led. Kirby. Remember Kirby? I remember that name. I laughed every time he got the ball. But he was very good all-around back. I remember playing for the Dolphins, but he led the team with 452 yards and an average of 3.5 per carry. And Jabbar, remember Al-Jabari? Yeah, he had 350 yards and he averaged 3 yards per carry. Kevin Johnson, I remember him being such a good receiver. I feel like he would have been a great number 2 on this team if they would have just shored up that line and gave him some help on the other side. But he almost had 1,000 yards his first year in the league with 986 and 8 touchdowns. Our kickers. I remember our kickers. Our kickers was what we lived on for years, and our kickers were Chris Gardocki and Phil Dawson, the great Phil Dawson. I got some special team coach notes that I would like to tell you. Ken Wisenhunt, I remember Ken Wisenhunt because I thought he was a good coach. And I was excited to look up his stats because I said, hey, I remembered the Browns were rumored to get him at one point. And then I remembered why they didn't. He had a 50-78 record as a head coach for the Cardinals and Titans back in the day. And our defensive coordinator in 99 was Bob Slokik. You say, why are you telling me that? Well, his son, Bob Slokik Jr., the offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans, whipped up on us in the wild card game. Yes, that is insane. Last one. During the game on December 19th, 1999, against the Jacksonville Jaguars, Orlando Brown was hit in the eye. I totally forgot about this until we were talking the other day with a flag. A ref by the name of Jeff Triplett hit him through a flag, and it hit him in the eye and totally messed his eye up. In 2001, Brown sued the league for $200 million for the flag incident, but settled for between 15 and 25 million in 2022. He came back out of retirement after he collected that money from the NFL in 2003 to play for the Baltimore Ravens as a blocker and became an important part for Jamal Lewis rushing over 2,000 yards that year. Brown son, last fact of today, his son, Orlando Brown Jr., plays for the Bengals. I hope you enjoy that. Wait, let me give you some other stuff just in case I can't get to it. Al Lerner won the bidding war for the Browns team, and he won it with $750 million. Years later, Jimmy Haslam bought the Browns for $1 billion. And right now, the Browns' net worth is worth $4.62 billion. The Browns general manager in 99, Dwight Clark, and we talked about the head coach, Chris Palmer. That's all I have for you tonight, guys. Thank you for Mistake on Our Life for sponsoring our podcast and this Facts with an Angel.
Everybody give Angel a round of applause there. That was a great one-man podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to say all that in one breath, man. It's not working. I'm getting too old for that. Yes, Terry Kirby. I forgot what name I said. I said Kirby. I meant to. Sorry, guys. Thanks for correcting me in the chat. That's why we love you, chat. You guys correct us when we're wrong. Keep us in check. Let us know our own facts, even though we're spitting facts here.
Spitting them. That guy had 58 catches for 528 yards.
I didn't realize how all-purpose he was, but he was all-purpose for sure.
And you don't see that a whole lot anymore in the NFL today. I mean, you've seen it a little bit in the playoffs. Running backs run up the middle. Usually it's them making blocks now, or running off to the right or left to catch a screen pass, whatever it may be. If you're a Cleveland Brown, we just use Njoku for screens, apparently.
Yeah, we don't have anyone else, I guess.
Yeah. But yes, back to the 1999 Cleveland Browns, and you talked about the kickers. This is something great because did you know that Phil Dawson, that Cleveland Browns flag up, I believe, in the northeastern corner of the stadium now is still there because of him?
He's the man. That was his flag to determine how bad the weather was, right?
The wind actually was, because they had the American flag out there, but it wasn't enough for him. He said, I want a flag right there to catch the wind coming off of the lake. And it was perfectly placed for him. And that guy was a beast. I'll never forget that guy.
Phil Dawson was the man. I can't believe how great he was in the clutch. I saw one of the field goals he missed was the one in Baltimore where it boinked off the side, the pole, and then hit the bar and then came back into the field.
Yeah.
Dude, that was probably the worst kick he's ever had, but just because of luck, unfortunately.
Just give the guy a damn flag wherever he goes. That's all you had to do. Why didn't the Browns do that at every stadium? Just find good flag placement for him.
And just be like,
you got the flags up on top of the posts. That's one thing, but you're not getting playing outdoors. You're not getting the correct wind because you got walls on both sides. You know what I mean?
Especially down there at the lake. I mean, that wind is it can just move anywhere, any second.
Pick up at the drop of a dime.
Yeah.
Oh, Angel just went away. And welcome to the Mike Wilkes show, everybody. I don't know what just happened, but
Somehow it was coming in my feed. My bad.
there he is. He's
Hello?
back. All right. Welcome back to the Bearded Browns podcast. What happened? I could hear you. I just seen you just disappear. That was cool. You there? Angel? Uh-oh. Yes,
Yeah.
Sam.
I don't hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
I could hear you. Oh, what happened?
Yes.
might have to-
Sam, I agree. We need a dome. So I can read, but I cannot hear you. You are frozen on my screen, unfortunately, sir. And here we go. We thought it was going well.
Just want every time
Awesome.
it is going well, I freeze. Yeah. Sorry for the technical difficulty. We will figure this out here. But I hope you guys can hear me. You can hear me? Can everybody hear me? All right. Awesome. Angel is back.
Hi. Wow, that was weird.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, something booted me off. I can hear you good and good. What's
James
up,
said
Sam?
we're not frozen him. Yeah, what is up, Sam? Sam is a great friend of mine. But yeah, it's I forgot where we were at.
Everyone heard me besides myself because I couldn't hear you. You were frozen on the screen, and all I can see is on the feed on Facebook. I'm like, I don't know what happened. See, this is what we have to deal with technology. We was going good. We'll bet 9 for 10. Let's end it well. Great.
Sam, I will give you a call back. Sam is calling me right now. I will give you a call back.
He's chatting and calling you at the same time.
He is. He's a great guy. He's a huge Browns fan. Him and I usually talk after the games. We used to connect and talk about the game afterwards, and I tried to actually get him on a show a couple times, but life. As a Browns fan. So, the 1999 Browns, again, I'll say the Orlando Brown thing. I watched that game, and to end that guy's career for 3 years was such a bummer to watch because he had a lot of potential to play. I believe. I think the guy was going to be a legendary Browns player. And then, like you said, right after that, he went to the Baltimore Ravens, and
he was able to block for Lewis that whole year, and that's why he got over 2,000 yards, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
He was a big dude, man. His son's a big guy, too.
Yeah. Cincinnati.
Yeah, I think Kansas City drafted him, I do believe so, and didn't work out well there, but he's doing pretty well in Cincinnati currently.
Yeah. 99 was a great year for us as like Drew Carey said, it was a building block. That was the biggest thing. We knew nothing was going to happen that year.
Yeah.
Us as Browns fans had high hopes.
We always do.
Yeah, no matter the situation. With a great roster where we have the highest salary cap in the league. We're spending the most money. And this 1999 was little to no money, and look what that got us. 2 wins.
2 wins, exactly. We got 2 wins. And look at us now. We have a good front office, a good coach. He's putting a good team together again. Good news is no one's taking your defensive coordinator, so he can come back. Unless that's changing as we speak, but I don't think he's going anywhere. So it's all good. I think stability is there to stay in Berea, which is a encouraging thing to talk about. A lot of fans ain't talking about that. They're so focused on every little thing the Browns do and being negative that they're not seeing the fact that there's stability there for the 5th straight year.
Right.
And it's a good thing.
James asked, when did William Green come to the Browns? That was in 2002. You picked him up, I believe it was a
Run, William, run.
16th overall pick in the 2002 draft.
Mm-hmm. Cats.
You heard that?
Yeah, it's your cat
Yeah.
jumping around.
Oh, geez, that's amazing. Denoise too. No.
But yeah, I think I mean that's why like 99, like you can see like the mistakes that they've done. They've done a lot of they were drafting wrong. Obviously the GM didn't know what the heck he was doing, and the coaching, they're just picking coaches just from anywhere. It's weird to me that I didn't realize how old Palmer was until I was looking more into this, that they picked an older guy to run a younger team like that. I
Mhm.
thought they should have went with someone younger. Not that I know who it would have been at the time because I can't remember, but
The general manager was Dwight Clark,
yes,
and obviously horrible, man. But
insane.
we had Cleveland back. Did you guys know that we had a guy on the team, was a running back, and his name was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yes, I knew that because we talked about it.
Yes, and
Yeah, I did
it's
not
not the
know that.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar you guys are all thinking. It is not. The guy was like 5'4", came out of UCLA, went to the Miami Dolphins, third round, 80th pick, and he was there for 3 years before he came here. Before we picked him up.
Yeah, we
Kareem
picked up.
Abdul-Jabbar is not the NBA star that you guys thought. He's a running back.
He did
Not a,
pretty good in Miami his first couple of years, though. I
oh
do.
yeah,
When we were talking about that, I remember him being good. It was weird that we have picked up a lot of Miami people back in the day,
yeah.
toward the tail end of their career.
His first year he had 1,255 rushing yards. Second was 1153. Second or third year, I'm sorry, was 1,062.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came 99. He was with the Miami Dolphins and Cleveland, and he had 529 yards. His name is spelled different, Matthew. His name is Karim, as the basketball players is Kareem.
Yeah.
But
He probably was walking around in college saying, "Yeah, that's my dad."
yeah, right. Why
My
doesn't it
dad
say
is-
junior at the end of your
Yeah.
name?
Well, because he wants to keep it a secret.
With Cleveland, he only had 409 rushing yards, and that's not bad. We used him as pretty much a secondary, so
Yeah.
he was like the Kareem Hunt of today.
Yeah, for sure.
And then that other name, do you guys remember Ty Detmer?
Yes, he didn't like us. He didn't like.
We didn't like
He's
him
very
either.
yeah. He's very known not to like it here, and it's crazy to see his hatred for Cleveland. He hated Baker. I remember every moment he had to spew on Baker. He could just spew it. It was just
And he would,
amazing to see.
just like his stats here.
Yes, horrible. You only won a Super Bowl because your defense.
Exactly. Thank you. Finally, somebody that agrees is something good. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, he was with Green Bay, 93 to 95. He was with Green Bay. Philadelphia from 96 to 97. San Fran from 98, and then went to Cleveland in 99. 1 year, one miserable year for him. Went 47 for 91 with a 51.6 completion rating, 548 yards. We didn't like him when he was here. We didn't care that you left. See you, bye-bye. And now you talk a bunch of crap about Cleveland.
Yes, he hates it.
We hate him.
Yes. Take that, Depner.
Yeah. BYU guy. Nobody cares. Jeez. 92 NFL
man.
draft, you old fogey.
Old fogey. Yeah, I thought Kevin Johnson was good, man. For the receiver, he was just his second round, man. I didn't realize how well he played here when he was here. That's insane. He had a pretty good career. I think he went on to Carolina after us.
Yeah. Dalen McCutcheon. Remember that guy?
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
I'd like to have him back right now. He was
Yes.
he's one of those guys that got open and made big plays happen, and that's what we need. Let's see his stats actually. His first year wasn't obviously the greatest, but That was his rookie year. Where did it go? Oh, well, I don't know if my internet shut off, but
Power's out.
can you hear
Internet's
me?
out.
No, dude.
No, we can't.
I was so hoping
that
that
would just
on.
that would add to the. We were going great until the last 30 minutes.
It never fails, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, Couch had some legs too. I mean, he didn't have a good year running after that year, but yeah,
Eric
he had.
Turner, dude. I wish he
Yeah,
was on the
that dude
99
was.
Browns.
That was a hard hitter, man. Eric Turner was. I mean, when I think about Couch, I just think about like, man, what if they would have just put a line around this dude, man? I think he would have been spectacular. You remember he tried to come back and he got busted for steroid.
Yeah.
He was that's
That's just like K2, man. Kellen Winslow. Dude
Yeah.
had such a career in front of him and just destroyed his own
ruined
life.
it. Yeah.
You bring that on yourself, man. Kevin Johnson, rookie, 66 catches for 986 yards,
Yep.
8 touchdowns, 1 rush for -6 yards.
Probably they try to do a trick play.
Jet sweep.
That's what we do here at Cleveland.
Right.
We put our receivers as running backs as sweeps.
Every single
Every
coach
time.
does
Yeah.
a sweep somehow.
You got to put that in play. It's a tradition.
So what year would you guys like to talk about next? I mean, we can go back. We can go way back.
Way back. Or we can go back as last year.
We could. But yeah.
No, yeah, I think 99 is a great year to start off to kind of establish the new Browns. I do think we need to revisit the years of the drive, the fumble, those years to kind of bring out that 84. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, Matt.
Yeah. He said it twice. He was
Yeah,
serious.
he said it twice. He's like, I want you guys to do 84. Because he's a Pittsburgh fan. He just wants to rub it in our face.
Oh,
That's why.
man. Ooh, Paul Moyer with the 86.
86. Yeah, 85, 84, 85, 86 would be a good trilogy to do. Let's go forward talk. Yeah, we'll mix in a little forward in the beginning, and then what we kind of want to do is kind of because there's not going to be a lot of news, so we want to keep on having a podcast. So the best way to do it is, and Mike came up with a good idea, is like talk about some of the history of it. Like we can go as far back as the 60s where they actually were good, so we can actually feel good about ourselves. But
Right. If you want to talk about the Marty Schottenheimer era, we are good to go.
Yeah, Marty, I've been doing some research on that. It's interesting what he experienced in 4 years here is what Kevin experienced this year.
Yeah.
As far as injuries, turnovers, and quarterback issues is what Marty experienced, Kevin experienced in 1 year. It's pretty funny.
Thank you, Paul. Good night, buddy. We will see you soon. Yeah, there's a lot of great things to talk about from even back then because nobody likes Marty Schottenheimer if you're not a Cleveland Browns fan because the guy was blowing it up. Plenty of years to talk about. Plenty.
Yeah, maybe we can put a poll on the Facebook page, and you guys can let us know. If we don't get enough votes, we'll throw a dart on a piece of paper and see what it lands on.
Luckily, it'll hit me in the face. But
Yeah,
that's my luck, anyways.
yeah. I mean, the
Browns, the
Browns had a
defensive
good-
alignment in the year 2000 was 4-3.
Really?
I just seen that. Maybe that's why we lost. Never mind.
Yeah.
Back to the. No, I'm kidding.
We had a years of where it just consistently switched from 3-4-4-3, 3-4-4-3, 3-4-4-3. It's like stay consistent.
Let's go with a damn dime or nickel. Come on, no.
Well, I'm pretty sure we will revisit 2017. We have to. That's an important part of Browns history. I know it's an 0-16 year, but I mean,
we're gonna do that one at the last.
Yeah, it's important. It's from an aspect of like, I think without 0-16, we're not here because I do think Haslam has learned through all that. I think Haslam has grown as an owner. and I think he has grown. I think he is outside of what Dan could do now. Um, Dan Gilbert as an owner, he has just opened up his pocketbook as much as he could, as much as the NFL allows him to, obviously, because they do have
Oh
a
yeah,
salary cap. So I like he started off a little rocky because I think he wanted to try so hard to win that he was just throwing darts anywhere. Now he has like this focus. I appreciate the Haslam's.
Andre Davis. Yes, I definitely remember that guy.
Andre Rison. We're talking about those years too.
Man, we had some great players with so much potential that some of them have moved on to better teams throughout the years
Yeah.
and regret their time here because we had poor ownership, poor coaching, and all of that. Man, it's
Definitely a poor culture. I watched a reel about Ed Reed and how that Baltimore culture was set up through a moment where the players in the locker room after a loss was throwing tape, their wrist tape on the floor, and he's like, "We ain't gonna win nothing. We're just a bunch of losers." And they're like, just looking at him. He's like, "You want to know why? Because we can't even do the simple stuff as cleaning up after ourselves." And he runs into him. He's like, "How is a grown man throwing towels and paper on the floor, expecting these volunteers to pick it up after us? We're grown," and like cussing him out. He said after that talk that's when they took off and won the Super Bowl.
yeah,
So it's like that is what you need, and I think that's what I don't mind talking about the 0-16 year. I don't mind talking about, you know, the years that no, you can't get worse than 0-16 because I feel like
yeah, you
we are at a
can.
better
It's 2024 now. There's 17 games in a season. You
yeah,
can go
so you
0
can
and
be
17.
0-17. But I don't mind talking about that because I feel better now because I feel like we have what Ed Reed's talking about, the culture. We're a couple pieces away. I agree. Like I think we need more leaders in there as far as players, but I think the front office, the head coach, and the organization is going the right way.
I agree. Like I said last week, we're gonna have to go with Benton Berry, Andrew Berry, man. That's what I want to call him, Benton
Yeah.
Berry. A lot's gonna happen with the salary cap. A lot's gonna happen with players coming and going. Some of them you don't want to see go,
Mm-hmm.
but Andrew Berry is betting on the salary cap increase. One
Mm-hmm.
and two, people's contracts getting reconstructed because we're not going to be able to afford what's going on now. So we're gonna have to push that out in years. So say like Deshaun Watson's here for 5 years. He's got 3 years left on his contract. We owe him $230 million guaranteed, plus his signing bonus, which he's already gotten. What we're gonna have to do is extend that to multiple years. So he'll still get his money no matter what, but it could be 3 or 4 years after his contract is up, and no matter what, we still guarantee that money. So he's going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So we could take he could take a cut this year. Say right now a year I believe he's making 66 million. We can cut that in half. Same with Amari Cooper if we want to keep Amari Cooper because we're not going to be able to afford that.
That's 20 mil for
Right.
him.
So you cut that in half, 10. That gives us another 10 mil. Deshaun Watson gives us 33 million, and that gives us cap space. And that in the next, I think Andrew Berry's literally betting on the cap going up within the next 2 or 3 years because that's when we're going to need it.
Yeah.
And
I
might
heard a
shoot
lot
my
of
cat. Not really, not really. I'm gonna shoot him with a feather gun.
give him some better catnip next
Yeah,
time.
I do. You know what? I'm gonna give him catnip right now. It's right here. Look,
Yeah.
it is
that's
not drugs. It
Ohio
is catnip.
That's
Ohio catnip.
catnip, dog. Matter of fact, that's what's going to pay for the new stadium is that new
Yeah.
catnip.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Talking
It
about
is.
syntax.
Yeah, let's talk about syntax and
The marijuana ain't a sin
put it
no
on
more.
that. Yeah, put it on that. Those distilleries that are going to be popping up everywhere. But I read a rumor, and I actually heard this a couple of times since after the season that they're going to be targeting another receiver. It's their priority to put beside Cooper, and T. Higgins is one of the ones on the list. Now, you can argue is T. Higgins the number one? I don't know. We don't know because he had Chase next to him. to take the attention off him.
Jamar
But there's
Chase.
there's also the guy in Jacksonville. What's his name? The receiver, Calvin Ridley.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that dude.
that he's a little older, but maybe he can be more affordable considering that he's older and he wants to come here and maybe pair up with Watson. The thing is that you have it if he can stay healthy, an elite quarterback that can throw the ball. So we'll see if that he's on. I mean, Watson was on chatting, "Hey, come to the Browns to Higgins." So I mean,
We'll pay you. He's like
yeah.
just giving our cap away, dude. Here you
So
go. We
that's
got
what
you,
gives
bro.
me like, is he like saying I'm willing to take a cut if we can get more talent? I mean, if that's the case, I mean that's leadership there.
Excuse me. But in the same sense, dude, I don't want to. Don't take this wrong. All right, LeBron James. The dude was like, I need this guy. I need this guy. Let's build a championship. And he did it. Don't get me wrong. He built one in Cleveland and he built a couple others. But like Michael Jordan, dude, he had what he was dealt. And that's why I think Michael Jordan's still the GOAT. And I'm gonna say that to the day I die. Michael
Okay.
Jordan dealt with what he was dealt. You know what I mean? LeBron James said, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach. Yeah, screw you, dude. You're gonna and then you want to come back
Yeah,
here and retire?
that's
Come
the
on.
only thing that's probably on his resume that sucked is that whole move, the whole Boys and Girls Club dressed in a purple shirt saying I'm
You
taking
made
my
an
talents
event
to
out
South
of it,
Beach. Yeah,
man.
he made an event. That was bad.
That was
That was bad
another
for sure.
heart shattering
Yeah.
moment of Cleveland history, of sports
But
history.
he made up for it. Yes, Matt, it does sting me. It does sting me. LeBron is, full disclosure, LeBron is my favorite athlete all time.
I didn't know that.
Yes, he is. Before I was married, I
And we're
had
gonna end tonight's show right now. No, I'm kidding.
I had a shrine of LeBron stuff before I was married, but then my wife came in and said, this doesn't make sense. So, yes, I'm a huge LeBron fan. I think what he has done for Akron alone is a good thing.
I agree.
And what he has done to Cleveland winning the championship. And my argument is this, like, the teams he had before he came here with Kyrie and before he left with Miami were just scrubs. And he had to win with scrubs. I mean, he had to win with Aaron Newble. He had to win with a half of Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Like, he was, if you look at Eric Snow was his point guard. Eric Snow was like 90 years old. Come on. Like,
Yeah, but he was like a Mark Price, man. Come on. No, I'm kidding.
no, no, but yeah, no, this is a Browns podcast, so let's not get on
Yes.
LeBron. But no, I agree. I think the Browns are moving in a good area, and I think you don't want Watson to pick and choose who comes on this team. I agree with that. But if it gives us some type of leverage, like, hey, Watson is you can get your 1,000 yards and your stats and your money. Come here.
He confirmed the shrine. Oh man, we got to take a
Matt
quick break.
confirmed it.
We're gonna talk about the shrine when we come back. Hold on. We're gonna take a quick break. You guys are gonna watch this ad again. I'm gonna call Angel. Yes, Sam will bring Ken Dorsey back up again, but we're gonna take a quick break. I have to. I'm gonna harass Angel. I'm gonna haze Angel.
I'm going to look up Ken Dorsey stuff right now.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. What is up, everybody? Mike Wilkes here from the Bearded Browns podcast, letting you know that we're going to be working with Mistakes on the Lake Clothing. They have everything you need. Why not check them out? If you want to go to their store, it's 4542 Liberty Avenue in beautiful Vermilion, Ohio. You want to contact them? Their phone number is 440-670-3145. They have everything from Cleveland to Columbus gear. They have Lake Erie gear. Why not check it out? It's all great stuff you can get for your wife, your kids, your newborn. They even have onesies, shirts that say good moms and dads don't raise Michigan fans, just Ohio stuff, and it's awesome. So be sure to check them out. They have everything you need. Even the candles, custom coasters, can koozies, wine tumblers, phone grips, everything, stickers. It is awesome. Check them out. Do not be the mistake on a lake and regret this decision. Go and check them out. shut this music off now because we are good. So yes, Sam, I believe, was the last one to comment asking about our new offensive coordinator, so we can bring that back up again. I
Yeah,
will
he said
say
we
this.
have an elite defensive coordinator. We need that on offense. Ken Dorsey ? He'd put 5 question marks. Are you serious about that?
All
And then he
right.
commented again saying Ken Dorsey with 4 more question marks.
So I'll say it again. Ken Dorsey was the quarterbacks coach for the Buffalo Bills for 3 years. He did such a great job, and they made him an offensive coordinator. He did such a great job that the stats over there were great, amazing. They were a playoff team every single year with Josh Allen. So why not? We have a quarterback that needs to be. We don't need him to digress. We need him to succeed. And we watched it with Joe Flacco. And I'll say this again, Angel. We have an offensive line that's subpar when we have no injuries and great when we don't have injuries. So what do we do as Cleveland fans? We bitch and moan about it because it's he got sacked. He got sacked. Yeah, but you know what? We watched Joe Flacco stay in the pocket and make plays happen. Big plays with his face mask getting grabbed in that Jets game, because that is one play I'll never forget as a Browns fan.
For a touchdown too.
Yeah. So you guys literally have to just think about this and watch Josh Allen's play as he was the quarterback's coach. This is going to be crucial for us, I think, because the guy's got sense. He knows what he's doing, especially as a quarterback. Maybe not a Cleveland Browns quarterback, because he was here from 06 to 08 or something like that. Didn't have much playing time.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it goes without saying. The guy's obviously got a mindset that's set to help a quarterback rather than play the damn game. So
I mean, my question to Sam would be, if not Ken Dorsey, then who do you want? That is like the thing people are saying all over Facebook on the even X, like, why Ken Dorsey? Why Ken Dorsey? And then when you say, well, who do you want? They don't say anything back. It's like, who else is out there that you would want to get?
Bill Belichick in as an offensive coordinator.
No, he's going to want to take over the whole team. I mean, this
will.
dude's proven. I mean, he's proven. Why would he downgrade his position to run an offense? No,
because he's senile now. He's senile, man. He's got to give it up. He's got to give it up, dude.
No, so like I'm with you. Like Ken Dorsey, like there are perks. Like he developed Josh Allen. Josh Allen, who at the time had a lot of potential. The biggest thing was what? Has anybody said Bill Belichick? That's what Sam just
we just talked about it, Sam.
Sam, what makes you think Bill Belichick's going to come here to run an offense? This dude's won 6 Super Bowls, and you think he's going to come to Cleveland and run an offense? And come on, no. No, I'm good.
I mean,
no, but like I think Ken Dorsey is the best choice the Browns had. They could have had. I think they wanted Kellen Moore, but he chose Philadelphia. So the next person in line, you can't just randomly make somebody up. Like, here's Bob. The thing is that they would have gotten no one. We would still be complaining. Why? Because Kevin's gonna be calling plays again. Like, come on, like you can't have it both ways.
Well,
right?
like I said earlier. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, but yeah, I mean, you just can't. You can't complain about Ken Dorsey. Give me a name, any name other than Bell. Give me someone realistic, right? That will come here other than Dorsey. No one can answer that. Go.
AI.
Yeah, AI. Well, they probably have AI. That's why they run the stats.
The Microsoft Surface.
That's why Detroit did what they did. Instead of kicking the 3 points, AI told them to go for it on 4th down. That's why
they didn't. They kicked the 3-pointer.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, but either way, I think Dorsey's going to be. I mean, my point, like he improved Josh Allen. Josh Allen came in with question marks. The biggest question mark in college was he throws a lot of interceptions. That hasn't changed. Ken Dorsey's not the one throwing the ball. You have Allen throwing another 18 interceptions this year. Sean Payton, he's coaching Denver, isn't he? Or is he out to cut Denver?
Taylor Swift's rival.
Taylor Swift's rival, man. Like, all I'm saying is, like, Ken Dorsey's the best you can do. So let's just embrace him. Let's hug him. Let's say, hey, hopefully you can develop our quarterback. Hopefully you stay in the pocket more and you throw the ball down deep.
And I got into a altercation with my buddy on the phone. I'm glad I wasn't in front of him because I might have punched him in the face. But he's just talking so much crap. He's like, yeah, typical Cleveland Browns. And I'm like, dude, have a little bit of faith. Like, this guy's going to come here and change the plays. You're not going to see the same plays that we've seen in the past 2 or 3 years.
Hopefully you can run a successful screen with him. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah. That Njoku screen, I just...
one thing that this Ken Dorsey thing is one thing he's getting missed is the running backs coach. Deuce Staley was an amazing pickup, and no one is saying credit to the Browns for that. It actually makes sense. Instead, they're focusing. Fans. Yeah, they're focused on Ken Dorsey. Who's Ken Dorsey? Like, let Ken Dorsey be Ken Dorsey. But the issue last year that people aren't talking about because we love our running game so much because we want to run the ball instead of throw the ball was our running. Our running outside the tackle only averaged 3.5 yards a game.
Yeah.
In between the tackle without Chubb was averaging like 4 yards a game. Like, you can't win, and there was no big runs last year besides like a handful. So that's why they had to get rid of Stump Mitchell, because there was nothing happening. So be happy about, if you're mad about this guy Dorsey, be happy about Deuce Staley, and then it'll balance it out. You'll be fine.
And you know what's crazy is there's so many coaches that'll go from an offensive coordinator to a head coach, or offensive coordinator to a defensive coordinator, a tight ends coach to a assistant head coach. Like, you'll see so many changes in 1 year. What I think is good is this guy's got one notch under his belt as an offensive coordinator. He knows now, I think, because I'm sure everybody's seen the video of him freaking out and throwing his everything, the whole desk.
That's what the Browns want on the sidelines, and they're complaining that they got him as an offensive coordinator.
So
he's got passion.
Yeah, he's got passion. He genuinely gets pissed off when his stuff doesn't work. We need that. That guy's gonna go home and hopefully do his homework. And as a Cleveland Browns fan, I like that attitude. I'm not gonna say it's the greatest way to be, but you're up in a box, nobody can see you. Obviously, that one camera's seen that, but you know, you gotta just roll with the punches, man. It's gonna happen. No team is perfect. There's gonna be some bad play calls. We watched it all year, but with a subpar team that still made it to the playoffs, we're Cleveland, baby. That's
what we do.
Cookie crumbles.
That's our luck, unfortunately.
Take it, drink a damn beer, and calm down.
Embrace it.
Yes, or Liquid Death, because those ones are amazing.
Yes, Liquid Death. So,
remember that concert I went to and I sent you? I drank 3 of those.
He's like, dude, I just smashed 3 of them. I'm like, dude, did you have to go pee yet? No, I'm about to do my 4th. No. Yeah, Liquid Death, if you're listening, please send us a couple free cases.
Yeah, we could use those. Just spike them with Tito's. That'll work.
I sent out a couple of emails last night. I sent these couple of beard people, beard companies. Hopefully y'all can respond. I put our podcast on there.
Yeah, waiting as well. But I want to really know, with the people that are in here right now, what year should we talk about next? We got 84, I believe it was, 86, and we can go back to the championship years, 60s. That'll be fun, I think. Bring the 60s. Old days up. And then we can work our way back into the tragedy that is today.
Yeah. Just let us know. We'll if not, we'll pick it, and if you guys, we'll let you guys know what year it is. We will be off next week because I'll be in Disney, unless Mike has other plans to join in with somebody or by himself.
I will never do this podcast with anybody else, Angel. We had this conversation.
I mean, if you want to guest roommate, guest mate, that would, to keep the fans going, that would be, I'm okay with that. But for the sake of viewership and sponsorships if that helps. But yeah, Bernie's best season.
I'm looking it
Maybe
up right now.
trying to think 86. I could be wrong though.
I would love to do that, and maybe I can talk to Bernie about getting on. 1987.
Oh, I was off by 1 year. Dang it.
Browns team made the
87.
playoffs each year from from 85 to 89. Kozar's best season came in 1987 when he threw for 3,033 yards, and that's like rookie numbers now
Yeah.
compared to, 22 touchdowns, 9 interceptions on his way to a Pro Bowl berth, despite starting only 12 games.
Yeah, I think he was injured with his foot that year.
And I believe that was when they were in a 15-game regime. They weren't in
Yeah.
16 yet, or might have been even 14. 87. I don't know. I'll look that up too now while we're at it.
I mean, he had a good team around him too. Metcalf, he had man, that was some good. We missed it. We missed it, man. That was the years that we should have won. Don Strock. Sam said, "Do some Don Strock." We can do that, yeah.
15 games.
15. Now it's about to be 18 here soon.
You think so?
Yeah, they're gonna try. The NFL's money. They want money. They want that revenue, man.
I say get rid of the whole damn preseason and just play football, man. Real football.
Yeah, I don't know if you
Brian
can.
Don Strock.
You probably
dude.
have to do like joint practices if that's the case with other teams to kind of get ready. Because the first 4 games is going to be a mess if you don't do a preseason game.
Listen, I didn't do that in high school. I don't intend these damn Cleveland Browns to do it. Just go out there and win some
Go out there
games.
and pull a hammy.
Don't do that. Angel just cursed us for next year. Awesome. Thanks, Angel.
Sorry.
Yeah, this podcast won't curse anybody. We're to the little guy on the totem pole.
Not yet. We'll be there soon enough, because we got people who comment. They're gonna share. They're gonna let their friends and their moms know about it, and we'll be popping here soon.
Yes. Everybody like, share, comment, subscribe. We are, like I said, it shows there. We're on Facebook, X, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. We're live on all those. Those are live streams. And if you don't want to look at our ugly faces and beards, they'll be uploaded on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, we can do the strike here. That would be interesting to do.
That would be, because that would be a whole league year, or I mean a whole NFL year. Remember when the referees actually went on strike as well?
Yeah. I'm trying to think who broke that strike for the Browns. I think it was Newsom. Could be wrong on that.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think Newsom kind of like orchestrated to where he's going to come back, and then the rest of the team followed through. But I mean, shout out to our sponsors now, man. Mistake on a Lake, CMB. I mean, I can't say that word, but thanks for your.
Yes, you look tired.
Yes,
you had a long day.
I'm a little tired. I have an even longer day tomorrow, but thank you guys for sponsoring us. Anyone out there that would like to sponsor us, let us know. That's what's up. Love you. Thanks, Sam. We love you too, man.
Sam, you know I love you, dude. We do the Bottlegate year too. That would be a fun year to do. Because that year we had a chance to actually make the playoffs, and we got gypped.
That's why we got through bottles, because the refs hate us, and they still do.
2001, man. That Jacksonville game.
Horrible.
But yes, everybody like, share, subscribe. Like I said, we're on Facebook, X, YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, Podcast, and Apple Podcast. Angel's actually going to enjoy an endeavor next week with his family in Disney. Lucky guy. We'll be all here miserable in this crappy weather.
It's supposed to be like, I mean, it's only going to be 60 there, but 60, 70, but I'm looking forward to the sun. We're going to get there early on Saturday, Sunday, enjoy some family time before my sister-in-law comes and jumps into the family party. Yeah, they're all right. They're cool.
No, yeah.
I mean, everything's been planned out.
Internet.
Yeah, everything's everything's been planned out. So I'm okay because we know what we're doing. You have to know what you do before you get there anyway. So we all had this big powwow meeting about what we're going to do at Disney. I'm building another lightsaber. I can't wait for that. I have one. I was going to bring it
Red or
down, but
blue?
I know I know it's going to sound funny. No, it's blue. It's blue. My daughter picked blue. Okay, yeah, because I had my oldest with me because she helped me build it. Now I gotta have my youngest with me build the next one. I'm going to do the red one this time.
Yes, it's awesome. Lucky you, man.
My hope is to have a podcast room where I can have it on the wall somewhere. Both of them. That's the long term goal. But I'm excited for that Star Wars land over there. Other than that, I told my wife they can do
I
whatever
was
they
gonna
want. I
say
just
thank
want
you,
to go
Matthew.
there.
I'm interrupting you because Matthew made a
No.
good point. Not an orange lightsaber.
Mm. Do they have orange? I can't
We can spray paint that
remember.
sucker when you get back.
Yeah.
No.
I'm trying to think if they had an orange gem. I can't remember.
Rust-Oleum sponsor us because we're gonna spray paint a lightsaber as soon as Angel gets
Everything.
back from Disney. Everything will be orange.
Everything.
Even my computer monitors,
Yeah.
all orange. We bleed
No, so
orange.
I'm excited for that nice little vacation, and then come home and we're grinding it out. We're gonna be Browns. Sponsorships.
Yes, sponsorships actually do help out the show. It's unfortunately it's not free to do the things that we're doing, and I'm not begging for sponsorship, and I'm not trying to say this in the wrong way, but it does help the show.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of homework throughout the week. We say this every week. We do a lot of homework throughout the week, and we try to bring you guys all the news that we can. Like this, did you guys know that there was exactly 72,818 people in the stadium during Battlegate?
That's insane. Throwing bottles.
And that's when glass bottles got banned from stadiums.
Yeah. Okay. See what Cleveland's on the forefront of history. We changed the game when it comes to bottles. That's why the plastic bottle game is happening right now in stadiums because of us. Thank you, NFL. You're welcome. You are welcome.
Yes, we prevented further incidents.
Yeah.
That's one good way to look at it, I guess.
Also, too, if you guys run across any of our like reels, pictures on whether it's shorts or on Facebook, if you interact, comment, share, that helps too, because eventually we'll be monetized on that also, and that can help support the show too.
Absolutely. But my camera does it right at the end. You got to be kidding me.
It went through the whole time without doing it. It had to.
The one. Oh, we're
There
back.
it is.
All right. So we gave you guys an hour and 36 minutes and 34 seconds as of now. I'm hungry. I'm sure Angel's hungry or needs sleep. He looks like he needs sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.
Lucky guy.
Gotta get up at 3 a.m.
I get to go through this whole hour and 38 minutes and subtract the video, because if you don't want to see our ugly faces, again, we are on Spotify podcast and Apple Podcasts. You can listen to us on your way into work, at work, or on your way home from work. We'll be here 24/7. Word, Sam. Word. But
Word.
we're gonna figure out some stuff out for when Angel gets back from his family vacation, and we would like for you guys to comment and post on our page about what year you would like to talk about next. That way we can get some stats and everything for you, because you know how Angel is with his facts.
Yeah, facts are important, man. You need facts. Without facts, we are not smart people.
I'm not smart without facts, with or without them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we will see you guys soon. Thank you for joining us. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you guys. I want to say maybe in 2 weeks ish.
Yeah, 2 weeks ish.
Tuesday, 7:30 seems to be our time as of now. So we're gonna stick with that for now. If we can get there earlier or later, we'll let you know. Just follow the socials, and if you guys want to do us a favor, literally go to our Facebook page, click the little 3 dots in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And share the page to all your friends. It takes 3 clicks, literally. Click the 3 clicks in the corner, click share, and then share to all your friends. It takes you 10 seconds, and it helps us out.
sends them invites, and then if they eventually see it, they can accept it. And we're at 528 last time I saw. We're trying to get to 1,000 here. It's possible we can get to it before September. I don't know why September, but it's just the first month that popped in my head.
That's fine. That's preseason too.
Yeah, that would be great to have 1,000 subs before the preseason. That'd be great.
5,000 subs before the preseason.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
That would be even better. Yes.
Yes, we will see you guys here in a couple weeks. Thank you for joining us tonight. We love you guys. And Angel.
Go Browns.
See you guys.